Josiah.
And it's me, Maribel.
And today we're going to continue talking about our Hawaii adventures.
Yes.
Love, can you tell me what we're going to be talking about?
Yes, we're going to talk about the 4 hikes that you must do when in Oahu.
Really, Hawaii is best seen on foot.
I agree.
You're able to see great views of the coastline and as well as the mountains.
It's gorgeous.
We're going to be talking about 4 hikes that we did while we were in Oahu. And we're going to try to rank them from what we considered was the easiest to the hardest. Number 1, Lanikai Pillbox Trail.
Yes, so this trail actually starts behind some houses on this no-name street, which is right across from Mid-Pacific Country Club. Once you start walking up that no-name street, you're actually going to see a nice little sign that says Lanikai Pillbox Trail. So once you start walking it, it kind of gets really steep.
Yeah, you kind of need a rope to kind of climb up a little bit.
And they actually have a rope to help you climb up. So once you climb it up, don't let that scare you though, because once,
it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's a little steep, but it's not that bad. So once you pass it, you get to the very top, and wow, it starts to look very beautiful.
Yes.
A little far off, you'll see a pillbox, and the pillbox was actually a military observation deck that was built in 1943, and these are now graffitied, very colorful. But
basically abandoned.
Yeah, but it makes a very nice
photo op.
Yeah.
Instagram worthy.
So it's really nice.
Yeah, and also when you make it to the pillbox, the views of the Makula Islands are fantastic.
Beautiful.
And we would really recommend doing it early in the morning at about sunrise.
Yes.
Because it just makes it even more magical.
Yeah, it's just very beautiful seeing that sunrise, is just the colors. Wow.
This probably was what I would consider one of the easier hikes that we did.
Yes.
It's not really paved, but it doesn't really take too much effort.
Yeah, and if I can do it, anyone can. Number 2, Diamond Head Trail.
Diamond Head Trail is a state park, and it's pretty nice.
Yes.
I would say it's one of the easier hikes as well, because early on the trail is paved. There's railings going up,
yes.
So it's a lot easier to get through the hike. Mm-hmm. One thing about it though is it does get a little crowded.
Yes.
But I will say the views are amazing. Mm-hmm. You're kind of in a crater. So what was kind of cool about the crater?
So the amazing thing about the crater is, unlike all the other trails we did, there's a certain point which you stand and you look around and you're just surrounded by mountains.
Yes.
Like usually you'll go to a place and be like, oh, mountain there, mountain here. This is just completely just 360 around you, and it's beautiful just to be in a crater and see that as your view.
And then once you get to the top, you have great views of the coastline and also of Honolulu and Waikiki Beach.
Yes.
Definitely very picturesque. A hike that you have to do. It's like the standard of going to Oahu.
Yeah.
Number 3, Coco Crater Trail. I'm pretty sure this was Maribel's favorite hike all around, considering she almost had to be airlifted about halfway up because she just couldn't continue anymore.
No, it was hard.
It wasn't that bad.
Very hard, actually. So Coco Crater was a railroad that the military used to use to move items up and down the crater. Now it's abandoned, and basically they've used these steps to go up the mountain.
Yeah.
It's more than 1,000 steps, railroad steps, so they're pretty wide apart.
Yeah.
And there's parts where it's pretty easy. You just step on the ladder or step on the step, get on the ground, step on the step. There's a part which is just steps. So if it's a step and then another step and another step, if not, it's a step and you fall and die. So that's why I was scared. And not just that, it's very steep. So it was...
Just imagine the Stairmaster when you go to the gym. If you can conquer that, you could conquer this trail. It also didn't help that it started to rain
Oh my gosh.
on us, so it got muddy.
Yes, and all the mud is going down, and it's...
But I personally enjoyed it. It was good cardio. So when you get to the top, there's a little platform. There's great panoramic views
Oh my gosh.
of the mountains
Yes.
and the coastline on the eastern side. And it really is worth every step that you take. There's a little bit of graffiti, things like that. It's just all around nice.
It is.
Just be ready. Take water, hydrate,
Snacks.
and hope it doesn't rain.
And snacks. And the last one, number 4, Crouching Lion.
So technically this hike is illegal.
Let's say more like discouraged.
Everybody does it. So you're gonna know that you made it to the beginning of the trail because you're gonna see some do not enter signs.
Yeah.
Don't pass.
Dangerous.
But again, everybody does it. So why not? This trail was probably definitely the hardest one that we did.
Definitely.
It's very steep going up.
So steep that they actually have ropes, and there's parts where you kind of are holding onto a rope and then like a root of a tree because it's very steep, muddy, and just be prepared to climb.
Yes, it's definitely, there's definitely not a set out trail that you're gonna follow. There's nothing paved, so it really is just in the wilderness.
Yeah.
You're gonna be climbing, you're gonna get dirty, so just be ready for it. But once you get to the top, I would definitely say it's worth it.
Oh yes.
Because the views are phenomenal.
Gorgeous.
But what happened to us on our way up?
So we're there, we're very happy. By the way, it's about a 4-mile trail.
Yes.
We're about what, halfway? 3/4 of the way?
Yep.
3/4 of the way, it starts to rain. But not just rain, like the heavens opened and water just, yes. So we're there getting wet and it's super muddy.
Yes.
And
There's literally like little streams
yes.
under us as we're
So
trying
it
to
became
climb up.
a slip and slide. Like I could just sit and go all the way down, but that's not recommended because you would get hurt.
Definitely. Once we got to the first lookout, we kind of decided that we wouldn't finish the trail.
Yeah, because we would probably die.
And because it was pouring down rain, we also decided not to finish it.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and turned back around. But we were able to catch some great views. We just weren't able to get as many pictures and footage as we would have liked to. But if you are an experienced hiker and you do want to tackle this hike, we would definitely recommend it because the views are
phenomenal.
And that really does it for our hikes that we did in Oahu.
Yes.
There are tons of hikes that we weren't able to do. Maybe on our next visit we can.
Definitely.
If there's any hikes that you love on Oahu, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And if you haven't already, please like this video, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, and mahalo.